Good morning. I'm going to harvest the garlic here in a little bit, but I realize you guys have never seen what it's like for me to be harvesting raspberries in this raspberry patch. I only have one hit trug on because it's a little tight in here, and of course the hip trugs makes you 5 inches wider on each side. And I harvested yesterday, so I should only need the one today. These things grow like weeds. On the outside it's not as bad because I had this fairly wide pathway made here originally, and I will keep it that way. In against the hen house, it was, well, I had what I had, and that's the way I had to build it. When you get your frame made like this, you can keep your raspberry canes untangled and the berries held up at face height, so they're very easy to harvest that way. It is August the 7th, and I can start picking blueberries now. The nice thing about blueberries is that they stay on the plant for a long time. So if you're going wild foraging, you could wait. You see, there's only 3 here ripe. You can wait until the greater percentages of them are ripe, and then do your wild foraging. And then you only have to make the one trip. The nice thing about having them growing on your own property is that you could go out and pick a few at a time, and when you get tired of picking, you can go in and come out, whether later in the same day or the next morning or whatever, and pick some more. One of the reasons, of course, is because low bush blueberries, they're, well, low. And if you're going to spend a full day out picking blueberries, that's going to be hard on the back. Here in Newfoundland, on the island of Newfoundland, they grow in abundance. So most people don't bother to grow their own. I have the high bush blueberries that you might know about, because I just wanted to see what the high bush blueberries will grow like with, as opposed to the low bush ones, right? But in a couple of weeks, we will go out and show you what the actual wild blueberries are like. There's a place, it'll probably take 20 minutes to get there. 10 minutes on the road, and then I have to go in a fourth access road for 10 minutes, and that's rough. So that's why it takes so long. I looked at these on my walkabout and I didn't realize there is quite a few ripe here. I'll have to let my aunt know so that they might be go into the wild patch any day soon and get some for themselves. So there's garlic to be harvested. I know there will be some small ones here, but most of them I think will be a good size. Now that's a nice size garlic. If I get a lot like that, it'd be nice. Oh wow. Oh wow. It's a small one. That one's nice. Here's my harvest. I have 58 smaller bulbs, but I mean most of them are okay. I got a few little tiny ones. I have 46 that I'm happy with. They're nice garlic bulbs. Some of them have gone too far. My understanding from what Serena on You Can't Eat the Grass was saying, that when they go like this, you see they're starting to split. They won't last a lot, they don't keep as long. But apart from that, everything looks beautiful. Now I have 20 real nice ones. I mean, this is a nice set of garlic. So even if I add just those 20 bulbs this size, it'd be a nice garlic harvest. But I have 20, 46, and the 58, was it? So I am very pleased. There's still more smaller ones, but when I reset back, I'm going to reset from these because, of course, I don't know if it's a matter of genetics or moisture levels or what yet. So when you do set back garlic, it's always best to set back from your best producing ones, just because it might be because of genetics that these grew bigger, and you wouldn't know until you've got just all of these. If my memory serves me correctly, it was porcelain garlic from Vessi Seeds that I got, and they're supposed to, according to the write-up, 4 to 5 good sized cloves per bulb. So those that bigger ones, they're bigger than what I would have expected. This is one that I picked a couple weeks ago, and it is basically what I would expect according to the description. So let's peel this one and I'll show you what the actual cloves look like. go into the store, from my experience, if you buy garlic cloves in the store, they're really small. See, from what I've seen in a regular grocery store, it would take 3 of them to make one of these. And you've got, see, 4 huge cloves from the one garlic. I'll lay these out here in the sunroom now to dry for a while, for want of a better place. Here's my garlic harvest. I am quite impressed. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.